Refreshing.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Cellar podcast with your hosts Sam Marie and
Gia Angelina.
Alrighty. So Gia, what have you been up to the last week?
This last week, I have been battling, guys, fighting for my life almost. That's actually being very dramatic. I just was sick. I had like some type of stomach bug. I woke up one morning and I felt gross. Like I went to sleep stomach hurting, woke up stomach hurting, tried to go work out, got like 2 sets in. It was just miserable. I came home and I actually threw up. And
Interesting thing about Gia when she does throw up, she opts for the bathroom sink over the toilet.
So, and my household actually just made fun of me for this, and Sammy wanted to bring it on the podcast, which is justified. I understand, but nobody wants to throw up in the toilet and have it splash back in their face.
I've never had it splash back in my face.
That's just it was
Not
a
once.
lot. Like it was projectile.
But you know how much harder it is, the fact that she did puke in the sink, that she had to scoop it out and clean it up out of the sink while she's sick, mind you. She's still sick.
It was so upsetting. And then on top of that, I have like fake pink eye right now. It's not like, I don't know what's going on. It's not pink eye. It's like whatever stomach bug I had just crawled up into my eyeball.
Yeah, she's actually just falling apart.
Yeah. But today we did yoga and it felt amazing for the first time ever. It was just great.
Yeah, today we are in Rising Up Yoga, their studio here in Wheeling, and we did a class. You guys will have seen that earlier today, and we talked to Karen and Julie a little bit about their different practices and what they do, and it was a lot of fun. I feel good. I got a lot sweatier than I anticipated being.
Yeah, it was dripping down like on the mat. I looked down and there's just sweat dripping off my face, and Sammy like looked at me and wiped it on top of her lip. I was like, oh no.
So if we're a little shiny and reflective, it's because we just worked out.
Yeah, literally just a whole workout. It was great though. I feel great.
Anything else going on other than being sick? Just recovering?
Recovering from being sick. Just been having meetings. I got to have a meeting a couple days ago. Being very professional, stepping into the podcaster, content creator life. It's having fun. What you been up to, Sam?
I have been up to this, learning how to edit, learning how to do everything. I finally started my job here in Pennsylvania, or up in Pennsylvania, as a psych PA. I have been working for a while, but we got delayed in licensing, so I've been unemployed for a little bit of time, for like a month, 2 months. So I just started training, getting into work again. Brian and I are doing a little house hunting in Pennsylvania, which is always fun. But that's been mostly it. Anything exciting on on your Instagram feeds? Anything in current events that you are excited about right now?
I'm excited for this new Inside Out movie to come out.
Yes. Yeah, we got to go see that this weekend.
Real bad. I think it comes out on the 14th.
You know what else I saw too is, are you a Hunger Games fan?
I mean, yes, but not bad like everybody else. Like, I've never read the books, but I, like, enjoyed the movies.
Yeah, I've never read the books, but I do love the movies. Did you see the most recent one, the prequel?
Yeah.
It's, like, about
when
Snow.
When Snow was, like, a young kid, I did see it. I think I liked it.
Yeah. They're making a movie about Haymitch's season. So he's... During his, I guess they doubled the amount of people that go in. So there was 2 boys and 2 girls from every, what's it called? Like section? District.
Yeah.
And so, but they're making that. It's going to come out in like 2025 or 2026. So I'm excited about that.
We'll be there for it.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Anyways, welcome to this week's episode. Title, That's a Stretch. And you guys are about to find out why.
Yeah, Gia came up with the idea to do That's a Stretch, kind of a play on words that we're stretching here in yoga today, but just kind of things that's like you are just totally reaching with that concept, with that idea.
I actually, like, as Sammy said, I came up with the name. I was so geeked about it. I was like, that's perfect. We're going to stretch. We're going to yoga. This is a perfect title. This is a perfect concept.
And then she misunderstood the
I
assignment.
misunderstood the assignment real bad. I actually came up with hot takes.
That's okay.
So maybe we'll have Sammy like lead off and we'll just discuss.
Yeah. So I guess one of mine is actually kind of a conspiracy theory, but it's a stretch. It's reaching. But I was fully enthralled in this conspiracy theory back in like 2017, I think it was. But it's the Avril Lavigne conspiracy, where she basically, she had her skater boy era, her complicated era, and she was very like 90s grungy, like almost emo vibes, and she had a total sound, and then she disappeared for a little bit, and she came back and completely like reinvented herself. She was bleach blonde. That's the album that Girlfriend is on, the like
she disappeared, like that's Avril Lavigne.
Yes, yeah, that's Avril Lavigne.
She disappeared like how Kanye disappeared and how Kanye disappeared and didn't come back. Like, is that the conspiracy?
Kind of, yeah, but it's pretty, like, other artists have reinvented themselves before, and nobody has, other than Kanye recently, nobody else has had this conspiracy that they just, like, disappeared and are now, it's not them, it's a different person. Yeah. Like, Miley Cyrus has reinvented herself a million times.
She brought the bangs back.
Yeah.
Sammy just showed me that the other day. She looks so good.
But nobody's ever been like, Miley Cyrus isn't Miley Cyrus anymore. No. But people are, like, just harping on the fact that Avril Lavigne, that can't be Avril Lavigne. And I was hooked on it, but it's definitely kind of a reach. It's definitely reaching. I can't
believe she's a hey you.
I don't like your girlfriend. Yeah, she completely her. Like, she was. It was like skater boy, complicated. So much for my happy ending.
I actually fuck with Avril Lavigne so bad.
I love Avril Lavigne. I'm an Avril Lavigne stan. I love her.
I love telling people about the concept, the theory I heard one time where it's not MGK, it's what's his name? He's married to Travis Barker. Travis Barker's daughter. He's a huge drummer, whatever. What's her name? Alabama. Mm-hmm. Everybody thought she was going to be the next Avril Lavigne.
Yes.
And she's just not. She's still cool, I guess, but she's just not anywhere in the music industry.
No.
It's unfortunate.
But I would have been so excited for that. Yeah, I loved Avril Lavigne. I actually went to an MGK concert with my friend Ariel, and we both really like MGK, but like I was really there for Avril Lavigne opening up for MGK, and it was like listening to Complicated live was the best experience to my childhood. It healed my inner child.
So we think she's dead, or I think
they think like she's dead, and she has. Now, I don't know what part of this is true, but she has a best friend, I guess, that looks really like her, and they think that she died, but she was such a hit that they made her best friend act like her instead because they look so much alike. No. Is it a reach, or is it fact?
Is it fact? Did we just uncover it?
What's one of your hot takes?
So, well, Sammy, we'll start off the one that's like the closest to
being a stretch. Okay.
Yeah. So, we had this conversation the other day, but I wanted to put it in front of the camera so you guys could have it with us.
Okay.
I personally think that prehistoric monkeys, humans before evolution, during dinosaur times, had structure. And
like structure, like societal structure?
I'm thinking like societal structure. They could trade things if they wanted. Maybe there was some sort of like government. I think they were definitely communicating. I think there was definitely different types of like tribes that were selling back and forth. I think they were definitely riding dinosaurs and maybe even shooting arrows. Honestly, if we're on the topic, I don't think the meteor wiped them out.
Yeah. What do you think did?
Maybe.
And why did they come down in their civilization? Are these different monkeys now?
So.
Or we haven't hashed the whole thing out yet.
Because.
Is the DNA the same?
Because obviously evolution, right? Sammy and I went back to the Adam and Eve, like, and then apparently Adam and Eve aren't even real. It's just a metaphor for who knows. But
I don't know. They're not clear enough.
I was
about
just
that
so confused. I was raised in Catholic school. I was so confused because I'm thinking, how did we get from Adam and Eve to monkeys back to people? Why would God just restart? You know what I mean? But
No, St. Mike's in Central for real was teaching it like Adam and Eve were real.
Yes, Mr. Pooley was looking at me like Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? Like these people next door. No, but I think the whatever killed them. So I think these monkeys. I think it started off like whatever we evolved from like sea creatures because the Earth was once just all water, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
And then Pangea happened.
Was it all just water?
I don't know.
Should we skip this? Let's skip this because I don't think we know enough about this. Let me give you a hot take instead. Just
we're gonna move on because we're not educated enough.
Let me just.
Or should we Google it real?
My hot take is I think cold French fries are better than warm French fries.
From like a specific
McDonald's.
Okay.
Wendy's are pretty good too, but McDonald's, like, you guys ever just went to sleep and woke up at like 2 a.m. or came home really late and just there's cold French fries sitting on the table? They hit.
I think I still like them warm, but I'll eat them cold.
Yeah, but like obviously you're gonna eat them. Like if you're gonna buy them warm, you're gonna eat them warm. But like if given the opportunity, the cold ones just hit like 9.5.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm against that hot take, but I'll eat a cold French fry.
It's fine. She's just a hater.
I don't know that I ever have my French fries cold because most of the time I'll actually, like, if I get McDonald's, I'll eat all my French fries before I'll eat my sandwich.
Real.
Or before I eat my chicken nuggets or whatever.
Hot take, I'm not getting any more burgers or sandwiches from McDonald's ever again.
Not even like a McChicken?
No.
Why?
I just haven't in a few years. And I got a Big Mac the other day when I was in Pittsburgh and it ruined my day.
Like your tummy hurt?
No, it just ruined my day because it just was not good, and it just like spilled mustard all over my clothes, and I was in the car and I was just hangry. Blood sugar was low. I was just pissed off, and I took a bite of this burger and it was so mediocre. It was so upsetting. Oh my gosh, never again. Bring back the snack wrap.
I think they're coming back in 2025.
It's 2020. Oh, is it?
It's 2024. I think they're said to come back in 2025.
Should have just never got rid of them.
I agree.
Anyways.
Actually, one more thing about McDonald's and then we'll move on. Frappe is, at least at the Elm Grove one, it says back soon. Like they don't have caramel frappes anymore.
Grandma's McFlurry.
They do have that.
Have you tried it?
I'm a big Oreo McFlurry.
I'm a big M&M gal.
Yeah,
that's okay.
We found that out the
balanced,
other day. Yeah. Okay. Another thing as far as the stretch. Now this one's personal. Every time I have any sort of back pain, I automatically think I have cancer.
How do those correlate?
Because back when COVID first hit, I just personally knew through friends of friends, like maybe 2 people who, like, after they had COVID, they had back pain, and then they found out they had like metastatic cancer. So now every time I have like a little twinge in my back, even if it correlates to a sports injury or like a working out injury, I'm like, it's cancer. And I'm dying.
Active too. It's not even like there's no reason your back shouldn't hurt. You know what I mean? There's reasons your back should hurt.
I know, and I'm not a hypochondriac about anything, but something about that, I just every time I have a little ache, even if it can be massaged out, I'm like, it was probably cancer, but it's somehow gone
dissolved.
Away. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It is. It makes no sense. No, it's a big stretch. I'm absolutely reaching, and I don't know why it's.
Do you think
like
it's
that.
The go back to the COVID shot conspiracy? Do you think it just injected cancer into you?
No.
Did you have to get the shot as a healthcare provider?
Yeah, you had to get it. Well, technically, their way around it was saying you don't have to get it, but essentially you couldn't do any of your rotations if you didn't get it. And then how are you going to graduate if you don't do your clinical rotation? So you had to get the first series in school.
Did you ever get the second one?
Yeah, like the first 2 I got, but I haven't gotten any boosters.
I got 1 COVID shot, and that's it. I never got like the second one to follow up for the second dose.
We're getting a little into controversial waters here.
Anyways,
moving on.
Let me tell you one of my hot takes. I think that restaurants should pay waitresses a set wage and tipping should be abolished. And I know it's like this in other countries. And the reason I think this is because I feel like as a waitress, you're expected to do a good job. You know what I mean? You're expected to bring someone's food out, make sure they have whatever dressings they want, make sure their food is correct, make sure their cup is filled. That's like simple. You go to work, and either way, you're going to do that job. Why would you do the best you can do and then just get a $2 tip?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why not just abolish the tip system? Maybe just raise the food prices just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just pay waitresses like
$20 an hour.
Something.
Yeah. Like
you know
15 to 20.
Exactly. Maybe like $15 an hour. Where I work, I get paid $5 an hour, which is so much more than everybody else around me.
Yeah, because isn't it a lot of the times it's like $2 or something?
Waitresses being paid, I think my sister's like $1.25. Waitresses being paid $1.25,
and you know what?
Living off tip is crazy.
We gotta stand up for our waitresses, our servers, our waiters, because not everybody's cut out for it. Because I've been there, I tried it, and I'm a physician assistant, a medical provider. I've been a nurse's aide, all jobs that I think I do a pretty good job at and I'm comfortable with. But during my time before my licensing was finished, I tried to be a server at Cheddar's. I worked there for 2 days. The first day was video training. The second day was in-person training. I never showed up, never spoke to anyone there ever again because it was so stressful. The chicken looked like the salmon. Everybody had sides of broccoli, so I didn't know whose was whose, what I was allowed to take, what I wasn't allowed to take. And it was so stressful. I quit immediately. So our servers, they're doing the Lord's work.
That makes me giggle so bad because
I can't do
this
it.
huge brain and just couldn't figure out.
I shut down when I became a server.
Just couldn't figure it out.
Okay. Let me see here.
Sammy, let me tell you about this too.
Okay.
Being a waitress, sometimes, I mean, it just depends on where you're located, but like the other day, I love to look cute going to work, and as a waitress, like,
and she do be looking cute.
I love to smell good too. But as a waitress, like it just depends. Like sometimes people will look at you and be like, "Oh, she's cute. Here's the extra like $5, whatever." So you got to.
Mm-hmm.
But this man I've never met before in my entire life. I've never had a conversation before in my entire life. He came up to me and like he was older too. It made me so uncomfortable. Put his arm around me, and it was like me, Ronan, and another girl. One of the other waitresses were rolling silver. He just came up to me and like touched me, just on my shoulder, and I just like turned my head. And I didn't make a scene or anything out of it, but why did he feel entitled to touch me like that? Because I'm your waitress?
Yeah.
That just made me so uncomfortable. But
it would have made me uncomfortable.
And for $5 an hour? Like,
yeah. And what did you tip me to? So because you tipped me $2, you're going to put your arm on me?
Yeah, they giggle talking about there's more where that came from. Your $2 tip. What are you talking about?
Yeah, don't touch people if it's not consensual.
Yeah. It's just icky. Anyways.
Yeah. That's gross. This is kind of one that's like trending a little bit on Instagram and stuff, but Miss JoJo Siwa saying she started gay pop. That's a stretch, right?
That is the biggest stretch, I think, of today's episode.
I mean, Fletcher, Coden, who else do I listen to? Renee Rapp.
There's just there's just a culture behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And she claims to be a part of it, and she should know about it. And another thing about JoJo is she loves, like, recently she's like, nobody has made this transition like me in this generation. The last person to do this is Miley. And
don't compare yourself to our queen.
Yeah, Miley is
Miss Hannah Montana.
Will stomp on you and squish you because it's not the same. You're doing a good job, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on JoJo, but she just, like, somebody needs to reel her back in. She's probably got millions. Like, I'm sitting here talking about a millionaire.
I know she was crushing it when she was like selling her bows, and I think she's just having a hard time with the transition from going from kids to adults. Mm-hmm. But I hope she's got somebody in her corner looking out for her, and she's not having a mental breakdown.
She dated Miley Cyrus's little sister, Avery Cyrus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish Miley would have taught her maybe a little something.
Yeah.
But
But that's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, that definitely is.
But we can't wait to see what you have next for us, JoJo.
Oh, we're big followers. I will definitely tune in because she's something. One of my hot takes is, I don't know how hot of a hot take this is, but I don't think college is a scam. You think that's a hot take?
Well, I guess probably for the time we're in now, yes. But, I think the prices are outrageous. However, I couldn't do my job without my degree.
Mm-hmm. I definitely do think the price of college is something crazy, because how, as a society, do you expect us to function above average? Obviously, we would need some type of education. How are you going to put a huge price tag on the education when you want us to be great?
Yeah. I don't think college is a scam. I just think, unfortunately, the prices are disgusting.
But it makes me sick.
Yeah, because I even think Brian's and what you're doing, I all think it's really good experience. I think going to college and the community you can build is also an experience in and of itself. The connections you can make. I just don't know what we would have to do to make the prices, going to PA school, grad school is, it's gross what my student loans look like.
Sammy told me her student loans are about to be forgiven, though. So it's if you're going to go get your doctorate degree, just go and just get all the degrees you can and just
try to
never,
get that
ever
stuff
pay
forgiven.
them back. Yeah.
Forgive me.
I would never pay them back. That actually makes me giggle so bad. I think I've said this around Sammy before, but I've never had to see anybody in person about signing or getting a loan. You know what I mean? I took out a loan my first year of college to go to college so I could pay back whatever. And I just had to click a button and virtually sign my name.
They don't even know who I am.
They don't know. I've never seen you in person. I'm not paying that back. I promise I'm not paying it back.
You should have met with me before you signed.
You should have shook my hand, because now I feel like I don't even know you. I just picked it up off the street at this point.
You should have pinky promised on that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one that I saw recently was people saying YouTube is dead, but I think people are saying YouTube is dead just because their favorite content creator doesn't make stuff anymore. I think a lot of the big content creators, obviously OG, Jenna Marbles.
I was just thinking of her. I miss her bad.
I do miss her. But and then even the more newer ones, David Dobrik and Emma Chamberlain and the Dolan twins, they kind of all stopped. And I think people have just had a hard time finding creators they like. But my main form of entertainment is YouTube. I watch YouTube all day long. I'm a sticky iPad kid when it comes to YouTube.
Real bad.
Yeah, real bad. You can find creators out there that you like, but yeah, I feel like it's a stretch to say YouTube is dead just because your favorite content creators don't make stuff anymore.
I think maybe some people are saying YouTube is dead due to the fact that TikTok is thriving. And with TikTok thriving, so is attention deficit.
Yeah.
So those once 20, 40-minute YouTube videos that weren't podcasts, that were just a day in my life type, come with me to adopt a dog type, nobody wants to sit down and watch those anymore, because you can go and sit on TikTok for 40 minutes and see millions of other things.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you work on your guys' attention span.
It's my generation. It definitely is.
Yeah, it might be a generational difference, but I was always scared to download TikTok too, because it got popular right when I started PA school, and I was I'll drop out. I'll fail PA school if I'm sitting on this app all day long. So I think I saved myself in the end, but then it went on to Instagram, and they have Reels now, and I get trapped in that hole.
I've been on Facebook Reels recently.
Yeah.
Pretty bad, actually.
That's funny.
Because what am I doing on Facebook? I hope I'm not making that transition anytime soon.
Yeah, I deleted Facebook. I don't even have that anymore.
My next hot take is Taylor Swift is not that good.
I love Taylor Swift.
A lot of people do, man.
It's disgusting how much of a Swiftie I am. I know too much about her.
She must put like crack in her. I don't know, not crack because I'm not addicted.
I think
maybe
a lot
spells.
of it can come down to one, just like different music tastes. Period. End of story. Like people just have different music tastes.
I love the throwbacks. I love the old country. Like she's not country, but I remember being like
her debut's country for sure.
I remember
Picture to Burn.
You Belong With Me type. The song that's like she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. Is that You
Isn't
Belong
that
With Me?
still You Belong? Yeah.
Oh, is that the only song I know about Taylor Swift?
It sounds like it. No, see, my Taylor Swift journey was like, I used to like a couple songs here and there, and then she came out with Evermore, and I loved Evermore. It's more like folky and like sad girl kind of vibes. And then Folklore came out. I loved Folklore. So that's when I started really listening to her, and then she started doing the re-releases, and everything sounds much better. Like her vocals are obviously better. The production's better. So like all the songs are better, and then she drops songs that she calls them like from the vault. So songs that she never released originally. And most of the time those are even better than the songs that were originally on the album. But I think part of it too comes down to like attention span sometimes with artists, because a lot of like younger generations, of course, you're getting a lot of your music off of TikTok, so you don't listen to a whole album of work. Whereas like if you listen to like, so she just released the Tortured Poets Department. If you listen it to front to back, like it is a whole story. She's telling a whole story. And of course things are going to sound, if you listen to it one time, things are going to sound similar, but it's meant to, because it's a current sound and it's a whole body of work. Whereas like it's not just dropping like one song, because obviously if you only drop one songs here and there and you don't make a whole album, they're all gonna sound different. But I'm a Swiftie stan. I love Taylor Swift.
I won't lie to you, Sammy. I think I'm just being a hater because I haven't actually listened to any of her new albums.
I don't know when I came across it. It was Evermore in PA school. I don't know. It was kind of when I was becoming a fall girl, and I really loved fall, and Evermore is very fall-y. So I don't know. But yeah, I can't stop now. It's gross. It's kind of embarrassing, but I would love to go to the Eras tour. I would do anything, but it's like $1,000 to go. So
that just makes me side-eye.
I'd do anything but pay $1,000. Well, it's not that her original tickets didn't cost that much. It's because people buy them and then they resell them.
It's just like with shoes.
Okay. Let me see. So this is kind of something I ran into in undergrad a lot, because I have been dating Brian for a long time. It's 11 years in November. But we were long distance in undergrad. He went to West Lib and I went to WVU. So I would go out with my friends a lot, and of course they were single, but I was very much taken. And there was this thing that I would say is a stretch where guys just tended to favor or assume that the quiet girl in this situation was just the most interesting by far, which I don't think is true. Like, I certainly think I'm an interesting enough person, but like the amount of times that my single friends were like there and like appropriately available, but then all of a sudden a guy would just be like in my ear and he'd be like, "You're the one I want to talk to," because
that makes me cringe so bad.
Oh,
like,
it was so gross. Like, I'm like, babe, the reason I'm not talking is because I have a boyfriend who I love. Like, I'm just here as a wingman. I'm just here to have fun, have some drinks, and have a night out. But it was something I constantly ran into at WVU. It was just like guys thinking the quiet girl had something mysterious going on, but I didn't. I'm so not mysterious.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like originally like, I don't know if it's just intriguing or what, but today I do it too. I won't even lie. Me and girls try to be like less in the spotlight and less like in everybody's face, just to seem like interesting and intriguing and not like,
yeah, and I think
this is everything about me. I think it does too. I think it does.
But like, what if as girls we just want to yap? Like,
yeah,
just
bad.
Those girls are interesting too, and those quiet girls, they will yap the second you get to know them too.
Promise. I honestly like have not met a human being who's genuinely has nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at least a girl. Guys are a whole different thing. But
Yeah.
being up at school, being in college, I hear how guys talk like, oh, she's out the way. Like, you won't ever see her out and about at parties. You won't ever hear her involved with anything, whatever. Like, I want that one. She's bad, whatever. Because you don't see her out and about, because you don't see her liking everybody's Instagram pictures, because you don't see her sitting on a couch at a party, you know what I mean? And I think that just like, if you're a pretty girl and you're not seen a lot, as soon as you're seen, they're like, who is that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I love doing that. Absolutely love doing that. And I don't like going out and about that much because it seems like every time I go outside to a party, I get hit on the head with a glass bottle. And it just makes me so sick. But then I'll just like, and then I like taking pictures, which is even better because then I could just like send a little picture to a guy's little, Instagram DM like, hey, I took this picture of you. You know what I mean? I think you look good in it. So.
That's crazy.
But I genuinely do love taking pictures. It's just such a good little side hustle.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. That's hilarious. What a pickup.
It is. It's so bad. Okay.
Do you have any more?
I don't think I have any more.
I have a couple, but I don't know if any of them are really too interesting. I mean, assuming like I'm super smart just because I read, but like the books I'm reading are about like dragons and like a football player falling in love with the cheerleader and just like silly little goofy for funs.
My favorite book ever is The Alchemist.
Oh.
Have you read it?
I have not.
I'll give it to you to read. It's really short.
Yeah, we were
super
supposed to,
short.
we had a book club for a little bit, and we were supposed to read that, but I was busy and I hated my job, and I was just...
Girl problems.
Yeah.
Just a girl.
My favorite book is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Mm-hmm. So you can read it sometime too.
Thanks. Dragons and...
But I think that's pretty much, that's it. The only other thing I wrote down was sometimes I say, Brian, you don't even like me because he has like golf plans or something. And I'm like, hang out with me. That's like a stretch. He still likes me.
I do that too.
He just likes to golf.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But you said no other hot takes?
I don't think so. None that I can think of.
But, so today for our...
We need a title for this segment.
Yeah, we do.
Woman of the episode is what we'll call it today.
Okay. Our woman of the episode today is going to be Caitlin Clark, professional basketball player for the Indiana Fever of the WNBA. Some people are saying she's changed women's basketball forever. And when I say people, specifically Brian, who helped me put this together because... I'm not so much a sports girly. I don't know too much, but I do know.
She just recently got drafted. Not just recently, but
she was the 2024 number 1 overall draft pick for the WNBA this year.
I heard that she got drafted to a really below average team, but that's just because I guess like the number 1 picks go to teams that need them.
Yes.
And not just teams that are already doing well.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know too much about basketball, but I do know ever since Miss Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Cameron Brink, I believe her name is, they're on my Instagram Explore page, and I don't watch basketball. So I'm not sure how they reach my Explore page because my Explore page is like Taylor Swift and book things and funny videos.
I see Angel Reese doing collabs out the butt.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yes. Just like ads of collabs.
That's awesome. But so yeah, she was the number 1 pick. Some things to know: she's only 22 years of age, so a lot of pressure at a very young age. And she's 6 foot tall, and she's from Iowa. She went to Dowling Catholic High School and played for the Iowa Hawkeyes in college. In her early years, she did actually have to play on some boys' teams just to have the competition level where she needed it to be. And she comes from a big family of athletes and basketball players. some stats about her. She has the most points scored all time by any college player, male or female, at 3,951. So not just in women's sports, for both.
3,951. She
Points
almost had 4,000 points in college.
Crazy.
People are lucky to get 1,000.
Yeah.
2,000.
Yeah. And she has the record for 3-pointers in a women's season by making 201. And then as far as kind of how she's changing women's basketball and the viewers that she's bringing in the 2024 NCAA championship, South Carolina versus Iowa, it brought in 18.7 million viewers as opposed to the previous year's 10 million viewers. So it's quite a big jump in the people who are watching because they are coming to watch her.
Because she's, stepping up the actual game of basketball.
Yeah. And Brian said another thing that is kind of helping change women's basketball as well is this Nike deal that she signed for $28 million for over 8 years, which is I'm assuming it's a very big contract for women's basketball. And so that's going to hopefully, as she continues to thrive and prosper and bring more viewers to the game, along with Angel Reese and Cameron Brink, other women who play for the WNBA are going to be able to support their families with these huge deals too, which is exciting. And then on top of all of her accomplishments, she does have the Caitlin Clark Foundation, which its whole goal is to improve youth lives with education, nutrition, and sports. So she's dipping her toes in a little bit of supporting the community as well as just being an athlete.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know a couple of my friends who like to bet on sports. There was a time when like the playoffs were going off or on or something, and they were talking about the WNBA alongside putting in all these bets on like the men's games. You know what I mean? I was like, this is awesome. Like, I didn't watch a single game, but you know what I mean? She definitely does sound like she's just killing the league right now, and proud of her for it.
Yeah, it's really exciting. But yeah, that was our Woman of the Episode. Let us know your opinions on women's basketball, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Cameron Brink, what you guys think about all of this going on. But yeah, I think that's all we have for you guys today.
I think we want to sit here and thank Rising Up Yoga in Wheeling in the Grove for hosting us today, for walking us through one of their lessons. And this was the first time I ever did yoga, and I had an amazing time. I feel renewed, I feel calm, I feel collected. And
Yeah, well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.